Yeah, hi guys. Hi everyone. We just got back from the vet and we got some supplies. We got them checked out. Oh, I first want to formally introduce my two foster puppies. This one is Edwina and this one is Shenzi. Edwina, we like to call her Ed for short. I basically named them after the hyenas in The Lion King because that's what they look like right now. I just brought them home Saturday and today is Monday and they're already back at the vet, mainly because I feared that they had like a really bad upper respiratory infection and they also had a cough. Turns out I was right. I honestly, when I first brought them home, like the day of, I should have just brought them back to the vet and told them that they had an upper respiratory infection because they already had these signs to begin with. But I was mixing up my dates. Like they were rescued from the shelter. I'm sorry, they were rescued from the neglectful, like abandoned, like hoarders home that they were at on the 15th. But in my mind, I didn't think that it was so late in May. I thought it was still like the 17th or 18th or something. And that if they did have an upper respiratory infection, it would happen like 10 days later. But this makes so much sense because I brought them back to my home on the 25th. They were brought to the shelter on the 15th. So usually an upper respiratory infection or kennel cough takes about like 7 to 10 days to kind of manifest into symptoms, which is like basically what they have. So yeah, they have an upper, so I took them to the vet to get in their, a test for upper respiratory infection. Shenzi over here, she has like complete liquid diarrhea. So I had them do a fecal test on her. And also they did one on her anyways, just to make sure. My concerns for Shenzi was that she couldn't regulate her temperature. She wasn't as energetic as Ed. So that's why I was like legitimately concerned. And the first night that I had, Shenzi was like kind of scary because she was shaking the entire like night. I wrapped her in a blanket and I held her. And right now they're actually laying on a heated pad because she can't control her temperature. And how I know, or how I found out that she wasn't able to do it, or how I knew that she wasn't able to regulate her temperature was when she was licking me, her tongue was very cold. And I'm not saying like it was like ice cold. I'm saying that it was like normal, like room temperature. It shouldn't be room temperature. When a dog licks you, like it should be a very warm, hot tongue. That sounds so gross. But anyways, let me go through all of the medication that I brought home for them. We have just like a bag of stuff. First and foremost, we have doxycycline, which is this yellow bottle right here. This is going to be their antibiotics for the next, I believe, 2 weeks, once a day for 14 days for the both of them. We are also going to do a dewormer for the next 7 days. This is, so they got a fecal test just to run for intestinal parasites, and they were negative for all of the intestinal parasites. But how intestinal parasites work is they also take time to manifest. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. So if they were to have hookworms, roundworms, tapeworms, any of those worms, their body would need the nutrition to feed the worms so the worms can grow, so the fecal test can be positive. And right now, absolutely no nutrition, no anything. So if there were worms in their body, which I really, really honestly think that they do have worms in their body, it wouldn't show up until they've been fed like a good, solid, stable meal for like 2 weeks. So it kind of sucks, but we're just going to deworm them in the meantime. Just any worms that like actively like grow or whatever will not get a chance to survive. We also have cough tablets. They do have like a very phlegmy cough, which is another sign of kennel cough. If anybody's wondering, my dogs are vaccinated against kennel cough. That is like it's the Bordetella vaccine, and they also get vaccinated for canine influenza as well. Like for me, fostering these like sick puppies, like my dogs in turn have to be vaccinated for everything. under the sun just to keep them healthy. But again, like it's very, they've never been infected with any of the diseases my foster brings home because their immune system is immaculate, and my foster baby's immune system is just all over the place. So that's why I don't ever have any worry about them catching anything. So this is going to be for the next 7 days as well. We also have a probiotic. This is going to be once a day for the next 14 days for them. They do have another vet visit on Thursdays. So like in 3 days, they're going back to the vet because they have to get I forget what they have to get. I feel as if it's either an injection or something for like their skin. I just placed an order on PetSmart for the tablet, like the little greeny pill like things where you like stuff the pill in and then they eat it. I'm going to go grab it in a little bit. But that is basically their medical update. What else is in this bag? I'm going to show you guys because I grabbed a whole bunch of stuff. So before I go into that, as of right now, Ed and Shenzi, they do get to go outside and explore. They're fully vaccinated. And Shenzi, she really likes going outside, so I'm not going to take that away from her. And she's also vaccinated as well. But for Ed, she's the one that actually pees and poops outside. So I don't really need much, like as far as they're not going to create a mess in my home, which is like really amazing. I haven't had a puppy not make a mess in my home in a while. So I'm really going to enjoy this next like month or so, or however long it takes for them to heal. But if they do have accidents, it's in that corner, it's on the pad, it's not that big of a deal. So back from the shelter, I did bring like a few puppy pads. So like I think I'm going to be using like one of these a day, unless Shenzi, she has diarrhea on the puppy pads, then it'll be like twice a day. I also brought back slow feeders. I have these like sniff mats and stuff for my dogs, my puppies usually, to sniff and eat and stuff. But Shenzi, she doesn't want to eat dry food. And that was one of the biggest problems when I first brought them home the first night. She didn't eat anything. She didn't eat anything until I went back to the vet to pick up more supplies yesterday at around like 3:30. So last night was her really first big good meal, and she had liquid diarrhea after that. So I bought more wet dog food home. So I bought like 6 of these. So I'm going to mix like the wet dog food and also rehydrated dry kibble together in this slow feeder for her to slowly eat. I also found these 2 pink toys that I thought they would like. I'm going to leave them right here. Because they're both girls. They're both girlies. They're both girlies. You guys like them? You guys like them? You lay on top of them? Yeah? That's so cute. Okay. I found another like harness for one of the girls. I think this would like semi-fit Shenzi. I'm not too sure. Like, you just need for what else did I bring back? I also brought back more leashes as well, and I found these in a basket, and they are like Kong chews. So before I go to work, like tomorrow, because I'm going back to work tomorrow, I will be stuffing this with like wet dog food, like treats and stuff, so they can chew on this. They are heavy chewers. So I'm so happy I found these. And that's about everything that's in here. Anything on the bottom is going to be like wet dog food. I am in this blue getup right here is because I don't want my clothes to smell like them right now. they have this really pungent, bad smell that has been getting onto my clothes and also onto their bedding. So I actually bought like a pack of like 8 blankets. So I will be changing their bedding out like once a day because they make the bedding smell and then they make the room smell. I also purchased a air purifier just to help this room smell good. This room does not smell good at all. This room smells like ass. I also, pertaining to their skin, they're just going to be slowly shedding all of the dead skin cells and necrotic skin cells on their body. And it's like, it kind of gets all over the floor. So I vacuum the floor a lot. I also mop the floor a lot. I think that's about it for, oh, no. I have started putting this on their skin. Let me find it. So I started putting this on their paws and their skin, and it's really, really helped Edwina's like paw inflammation. Edwina, do you want to come here? No? So this is Edwina currently. You see her paws were, they were much more inflamed than that. They were actually so dry, they were cracking. And so I put this balm on her like paws, and now they feel like so much better. Shenzi. Here is Shenzi right here. It's going to take a while for her to get her spirit back. I will be doing another update on Thursday because they're due back to the vet again on Thursday for another checkup and also for a shot, I believe. I have to really double check on that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. We will be doing YouTube lives tomorrow for Tuesday and also on Wednesday as well, and also Friday this week. So if you like watching puppies play around, tune in. It's most likely going to be Ed running around like a psycho hyena.